the ultimate guide for businesses on what is SEO and why is it important. I started learning SEO 6 months ago, and in the beginning, I had it all wrong, and had no clue what SEO is and why it is crucial. Once I started digging deeper, I understood what SEO is all about and why it is important to learn it to be beneficial for your online business. One thing I'm good at is keeping track of what I do and systematically documenting every step. This comes in handy for many reasons. For example, here in this article, I want you guys out there to understand what SEO exactly is and why it's vital for you. In this article, I will teach you the basics of SEO, with a strong focus on execution. Although this is a basic introduction to SEO, don't let that mislead you. You don't do anything complicated or technical, even for a business with 6 to 7 figures. If you remain true to SEO basics from the beginning, it will lead to compounded growth. Today, some sites get over 1 million visits from Google search. SEO is one of the most effective ways to drive traffic to your site. Think of this as an online course, and there will be many articles that follow. This course has 4 modules, and this article is a more general introduction to the course than an SEO 101. This article will cover SEO basics, including what it is, how it works, and why it is essential. The following article, or let's call it Module 1, will be on keyword research. These articles will help you to identify keywords that are likely to benefit your business. This module will also serve as the foundation for the following module, On-Page SEO. This module will discuss optimizing pages for these keywords. Next, I'll be discussing link building. This ranking signal has proves to increase search engine rankings. The entire course will end with an overview of technical SEO. This will focus on best practices and website maintenance. Periodically, I will release new articles to allow you to apply the knowledge to your website. If you haven't subscribed to my blog yet, please do so at the bottom of this page. Let's get started with SEO basics. We will discuss search engine optimization, its importance, and how Google works. SEO stands for Search Engine Optimization. It's the process by which content is optimized and found through search engines' organic search results. Let's now talk about how they work. It's easy to imagine search engines as libraries if you are new to SEO. Instead of storing books, they store web pages and copies of websites. When you search for a query, the search engine will look through its index to find the best results. SEO is a way to show search engines that your result page is relevant. You might ask yourself, why should I concentrate on SEO when there are so other marketing channels? 3 main things draw marketers to search engine optimization. These 3 factors make SEO my favorite traffic source. Number 1. You don't pay for search traffic, unlike ads. Number 2. When you rank high, organic traffic is usually consistent. Number 3 lets you target a vast audience that you might not otherwise have. Other mediums, such as email marketing and social media, can often lead to traffic spikes that quickly fade away. It makes sense, as social media networks work to surface new content. Many emails are marked as read, forgotten, or sent to the spam folder. Search traffic, on the other hand, is generated by users actively searching for information. The number of searches on a topic is usually constant from month to month. Third, this gives you the chance to reach massive audiences that you might not otherwise have. As of October 2019, there were almost 4.39 billion internet users worldwide. Nearly 4 billion are Google users. Search engine optimization, $80 billion. There are 2 parts to this, and indexation. These 2 factors are what Google uses to find web pages and create their search engine index. Google uses crawlers, also known as spiders, which collect publicly available information from the internet. The seeds are a list of URLs that the spiders can crawl. The spiders then follow the links on those pages to crawl new pages. This allows them to gather a lot of information. The data is then sent back to Google's servers for inclusion in their search index. This is what you and I search for when we type in a query on Google. If you searched for something and returned all results that included your keywords on the page, you would get inferior results. The second part of Google's ranking algorithm is what we are now talking about. Google uses hundreds of ranking signals and tweaks its algorithm between 500 to 600 times per year. To be honest, nobody knows how the algorithm works. However, they have given us some clues and guidelines to help us better understand the most critical factors. Third-party companies such as ours have also done studies to better understand and test these factors. While I won't bore you with more than 200 ranking signals, many of which are speculation at best, I will try to explain a few key factors from a fundamental perspective. Backlinks are linked site to another. Google's How Search Works page states that backlinks are links from one page to another. It is easy to see backlinks as votes. A backlink is essentially another website that vouches for a page's content. You build trust by gaining more votes from trusted sources. We also looked at the impact of backlinks on search engine traffic. We found a strong correlation between unique backlinks and organic traffic. The second is search intent. This refers to the reason for a searcher's query. Google's search goal is to provide the best results for every query. You can find search intent by simply looking at the top pages ranking for the question you are trying to rank for. If you search for slow cooker recipes, you will see most of the search results consisting of blog posts that include a list with slow cooker recipes. If you attempt to rank a product page that sells a slow cooker, it won't match your search intent, and you won't rank. If we change the query to slow cooker, you will see that e-commerce category pages are the most popular types of pages. If you try to rank a blog post about slow cooker recipes, you won't rank as you are not matching the search intent. This concept is crucial, and I will share a 3-step checklist that you can use to determine the search intent for any query. The third aspect is content depth. Search engines are computer programs. They can't read and comprehend text as well as you and me. Google has invested billions in creating technology that can understand content to a certain extent. Creators of content are responsible for providing context for their content. If you take a look at the top ranking pages on the query How to Drive a Car, you will see that they discuss things such as fastening your seatbelt and familiarizing yourself with the brake and gas pedals. They also talk about adjustments for your seat and mirrors and other things that may be unfamiliar to a new driver. You want to answer the query as best you can. It should naturally lead to depth. It's important to remember that depth does not always equal length. A topic such as how to turn on iPhone 12 does not need to be lengthy. The page that ranks highest is only 185 words. The content solves the query from beginning to end. Now that you have read the basics, it is time to move on to the keyword research module. We will look at that next week. Be sure not to miss any posts by subscribing below. I look forward to helping you out in the next module.